Bob Christofko, a grants officer with the Independent Grants for Learning and Change at Pfizer Pharmaceutical Company. The Independent Grants for Learning and Change program intends to accelerate the translation of quality patient care, for research into quality patient care. And one of the ways we do that is in collaboration with organizations who share our goals for translation. We have had our most success in the 4 years that we've been doing this by collaborating with organizations like those that are involved in primary care medicine and like the American Pain Society. We have a collaboration with them that is seeking responses to an RFP, encouraging folks to develop programming to implement the recommendations of the National Pain Strategy. We also have worked with the California Academy of Family Physicians and a collective of other organizations to do collaborative projects in interprofessional pain care, and also most recently one for systems-based improvements in pain care. Yes, the California Academy, along with partners that include the Nurse Practitioner Research and Education Foundation and Interstate Professional Medical Association, and they're working to, they create a review panel and which makes decisions about the grants that are issued in response to an RFP that's submitted to the practicing community for just about anybody to respond to. The interprofessional project had 4 successful grantees from a variety of both institutional and community-based clinic organizations. The one for the systems-based care had likewise 4 applicants that were successful that are doing projects in both, again, at the community level and at medical school and health system. From a pharmaceutical support perspective, we are the first to use this independent grants model where Pfizer doesn't actually make the decisions about the grants that are issued. They are made by an external advisory panel appointed to review grants. And that panel, when we are doing collaborations, that panel includes a Pfizer medical representative, but the panel itself is comprised of members that are selected by the collaborator. We are the successor organization to what used to be known as Medical Education Grants at Pfizer, and we began to shift to this model in 2012. We have had quite a number of successes with 6 RFPs in chronic pain over those years, with probably a total of 16 to 18 grantees who have done a variety of different kinds of projects. And it might be also worthy to note that this isn't just happening in chronic pain care, it's happening across the spectrum of inflammation, for example, vaccines, women's health, and also smoking cessation and cardiovascular disease. There were actually a number of those projects that one, for example, that has just reported some results, looked at the difference in using live meetings versus simulations to do chronic pain and inflammation training, and as almost like a randomized trial. That was reported in the Journal of Continuing Education in Health Professions just in their last spring issue. And it was demonstrated that the simulation effort was more effective in not only providing training, but also in terms of the retention of the participants in those projects that were done across a health system and their primary care clinics. It is very much a team effort in these projects, again, depending on, particularly on what exactly the project's intent is. But we've had projects that have involved nursing school individuals as principal investigators across a spectrum that includes nurse practitioners, physician assistants. It's not just a physician focused effort. In fact, the more successful projects appear to be those that employ a team-based approach to improvement. Yeah, that's really exciting because our discussions about a collaboration for pain care improvements began quite some time ago, and as it happens, we were trying to focus on what the National Pain Strategy's intent was, but had no idea that we would, in fact, end our discussions and get all the paperwork done, so to speak, at the same time as the National Pain Strategy was issued in its final form. So we were able to use the goals straight out of the strategy document as the goals for our RFP process. The APS will appoint a steering committee to review the process. Is a two-stage effort. Applicants, so that we're not asking them to fill out 40 pages of application. The first stage is what's known as a letter of intent. They'll send us a 3-page letter that describes in general terms what project they might want to undertake. The review panel will decide which of those they wish to accept, and those individuals and their organizations will be asked to submit full proposals. Those letters of intent are due June the 13th. We will begin the review process, and hopefully we'll have many requests, and I expect the committee is going to be very busy making those decisions, and then we will give probably 6 weeks or so to those who are successful to complete a full proposal. That same review committee will look at the results and make decisions about grantees. We're really very excited about this model, and we are now working to make the model global, and especially with respect to pain, that's a very exciting opportunity to address common problems across many cultures and many countries, and that is just beginning. We have projects that are started in Mexico and another that's it's in its final stages of design in China, and I expect that we'll see lots more of that as time goes by, because this is a very durable model that is helping to address some significant needs at the same time as it's not the kind of commercial support that industry has typically provided to organizations. That's why the name starts with the word independent, because it's independent of our influence by the way it's set up with external panels. So it has worked very well over the years that, I guess 4 years now that it's been in place, and we're hopeful that making it more of a global focus will even be more exciting.